This event is in Ballroom CD. So first thing when you get in, you got to turn on outside, inside, D, C. Those are the amps. Move over here, flip on your mixer. Should turn this on. If for some reason somebody shut it off, this is your on switch for the wireless receivers. You want to make sure you have one wireless mic. I went ahead and grabbed mic 7. I tested it. Mic 7 is working with receiver 7. All the receivers are working with whatever they're labeled for. Don't pay attention to the like channel thing. Like that doesn't mean anything. What you want to look at is the label. So it says channel 9, doesn't mean anything. Wireless mic 7, that's what we want. So we got wireless mic 7. Kick that on. Testing 1, 2. So we've got a signal there. Doesn't matter which one you use again. You just want to make sure you have your channel right and you get fresh batteries in it. The channels you need to worry about are podium and stage PC temp, which I'm just going to unmute them and put them up, but obviously it won't stay like that. You got to do this right when you first get in. Stage PC temp, keep low-ish. I don't know if they're going to be showing any videos or anything, but it's just good practice to keep stage PC temp on a little bit lower. Then we're going to go to our other page. So I would put both of these up here. Then you want to look out for your wireless mic. I chose 7, doesn't matter which one you use, just matters that you keep them straight. Those are all the channels you need to worry about. I doubt they're going to add on another wireless mic, but if they do, you know what to do. Just turn it on and unmute and bring up the channel. That's all you got to do. Then crucially, this has to go up. Drop the screen right here. You want to kick your projector on, grab the remote, lean out of this window, turn it on. Then you want to come over here, turn off this front one because it'll look ugly. I don't know what they want for lights. If it's just a standard thing, it'll be like D down and white sky, left and right curtain, C down, C white sky, C and D divider, D slope on full, D full at maybe 70% or so. I don't know if they're gonna want the lights lower because it is a comedy show and they have like a spotlight. Just you want to check with the event organizer or the building managers or whoever to get that straight so they don't have the lights on full blast when they want them low or something. And you want to head down to B booth and make sure your light switches are set to lockout in C and D. So D and C, switch from normal to lockout once your light board is already set. Video switch, kick this on. You'll want to make sure once this boots that this is on Ballroom D stage. I assume they're going to be showing something from the laptop. We also have the iPad right here charging, so if you want to use the iPad to remotely control, you can unlock it, use the code 1869. That's X32 Mix right at the bottom here or right there. Press that. When your mixer's on, it'll automatically pair. Then you can tab through these to remotely control. Like you can see right here, I still have this wireless mic on, so it's still picking me up just very faintly. You can control remotely if you need to. I don't know that you will, but in case you need it, that's how you do it. I've got all the cables you're gonna need right here. They're run under the stage. These are everything you'll need minus power. Power is under the stage. Obviously you'll need this for the laptop cart. So this goes to your podium. You wanna plug both of these in to the leads that you're gonna get from the Chancellor's podium. This is gonna plug into your laptop. You wanna make sure your laptop audio device is set to headphones. This is gonna be your video to the laptop. Everything is plugged in right now, so this should be channel 2, podium. This should be channel 3, which is our laptop temporary, whatever it's labeled. The Chancellor's podium, as I'm sure you remember, is back here. You can get Priyanka or Franklin to help you unlock it if it's locked. Then you gotta work that lift. Hopefully you remember how to do that. You just pump the little thing, line it up with the stage, put the lip here, lower it, and then you have to make sure the wheels are locked. Then you can roll it out, put it back in there, and then you're good. I believe it'll go right about here on the stage. That could change according to the diagram, so don't take my word for it. Just look at the diagram and figure out the best spot for it from there. I'm guessing this setup you might have to tear down when you get in. The building managers might get to it, but if not, take this cart down, or take this cable up. Make sure to de-tape it as best as you can, but don't waste too much time on it. Put this screen back. On stage, I assume right about where those cables are, you're gonna have your projector cart with a laptop and a clicker. You're gonna plug all three of those in to your podium and your laptop. Then you're gonna move, I assume this cart, whatever cart you want, up next to it. That's where you'll keep the laptop, the clicker, the whole bit. I assume you could set the wireless mic there too. They're gonna give that to whoever's speaking. So this is maybe the weirdest thing about this event. They want a follow spot, meaning somebody needs to be on the spotlight moving it to follow whoever's speaking. To operate these spotlights, you wanna go back here, flip the on switch. They take a second to warm up. I'm just gonna flip up the top here so you can see what it looks like. You wanna make sure the light is on 3200K. I'm gonna leave this light how it is. This one specifically over on this side of the computer. This here controls the strobe. You wanna make sure this is all the way at the bottom and pretty much don't touch this one because this can look crazy if you aren't careful. This one right next to it with the tape is the fader. So all the way down is off, all the way up is full brightness. If you need to cut the spotlight for any reason, you can either use this, which I don't fully recommend because it's easy to confuse it with this one and then you got crazy flashing lights, or you can press the button right next to 3200K, standby. That'll just hard cut it. Then press standby again, that'll make it come back on. To do the follow spot thing, you basically are gonna need two hands on it at all times. So these guys on the side, you're not gonna wanna worry about. I wouldn't touch them because they just change the shape of the beam and you don't really need to do that at all. They just want a full circle. The ones you do need to worry about potentially are this one right here. This black one here, it focuses. So you can spread it out, have softer edges, or you can make it really tight. Up to you. I normally go with the bigger option to the right. Then these two knobs over here, they're a little bit hard to see, but you've got one right here, one right here. It's kind of like a Fresnel. So you can change the size and shape of your beam that way. You can make it bigger by pulling this back one back, smaller by pushing it forward. It's hard to do with one hand. You can also loosen it, turn it clockwise like that, or sorry, counterclockwise, and then you can move it a lot more easily. I keep it right about there because it's a good shape. Then I turn it that way to tighten it. This one sort of does the same thing. You can get different beam shapes. I'm just gonna leave it as it is because it's a nice shape right now. When you're actually moving the thing during the show, there are three knobs you're probably gonna have to loosen on the stand. This one controls like the pan. So if you keep it like this, it's nice and smooth. I can do this easily. These two over here control your tilt, but I'm gonna loosen that one about a half turn. And I gotta loosen this one about a half turn. It's gonna wanna dip down. Basically, you need a hand on this at all times if you want it to not go crazy all over the place. I find that the best way to control it is to have one hand on the back, one hand on the side, so you can do real fine adjustments here, because I imagine they'll want it to be pretty smooth. I will let you guys determine the firmness of it, but what you do not want is to have this stand too tight and then like be making really jerky adjustments. So I just changed the tilt ones so they would be like you're fighting it and it like shakes. That looks really bad. So you want to make sure they're nice and loose and they stay smooth as much as possible, but not so much that you can't control it.